Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and it's been a busy couple of days, but they've been a good couple of days, and I will explain all about it. Oh, wait a minute. I was about to roll for the soundtrack choice, but I just remembered we've had the classics come up a lot, so why don't we actually do smooth jazz today? That sounds like a wonderful idea. Now I need to come up with a build. And I have an idea for one, like an alternate. Now I'm going to put it together first, but it's like an alternate ultra combo setup that I want to try out. So here we go. We're going to go Spark Contact. I don't know about the dash yet, but then we're going to go... Where is it? Fading Petal. Then Shearing Chain. Like, that is the idea, and it looks like it more or less works, like, on paper. But I'm seeing that there might be some issues with it. But I want to try it anyway. And I think since we have kind of a storm setup going on here, I'm going to stick with this, and we will see what I think of it. And while I look for the retro floor plan, I hope you guys have had a fantastic couple of days. So to give you an idea as to what's been going on, I actually took a couple of days off work, which actually just happened to coincide with my normal days off. But I did that because I wanted to go to a show. And that show was a metal concert in my hometown, or close enough to my hometown. It's actually the big city, and I live in a suburb of that big city. You get the idea. At this point, I'm just rambling and getting a little impatient with Nox. Come on, oh, I guess all I have to do is complain. Alright, I think the best place to start would be with the twins, just because them and their mooks aren't going to care about electricity. And we'll just go from there. Alright, I can deal with this. Alright, well, you know, so far so good. I can't really say that I'm at all upset with how this is turning out so far. Right now, it's doing everything that I want it to do. But the show in question... Ooh, things that I like. Alright, let me wait, because if I can get the vampire's eyeglasses, then I'll grab the vampire's fangs. If I can't get the vampire's eyeglasses, then I'll probably end up I'll end up falling into a pit of my own bile. I'll end up... Okay, so the short range of spark contact is definitely making this difficult. Also, the idea that Fading Petal just kind of knocks enemies in different directions is also making this a little more difficult than I would like. So, I don't know, take this one with a grain of salt, but I'm just going to keep going. So, the bands that were present at this show were... So, I knew 2 of the bands going in. I had heard of one of them and knew practically nothing about the last. So, let's just go ahead and get into it. The main attraction was Dragon Force, and I'm sure most of you know Dragon Force, a British... Actually, and that's a surprise to me because I thought they were Finnish, but they're a British power metal band, well known for... I mean, most of you probably know them because of Through the Fire and the Flames. And I would say that's reasonable. That is the song that put them on the map, at least here in America. Okay, I need you guys to cut it out. But then, it was the other acts that I knew practically nothing about. The other acts on the show were Edge of Paradise, a band that I had never heard until just the other day. Nanowar of Steel, which I, at the time going in, thought that they were a much more serious band, but they actually are a comedy band. And you know what? I'm very much fine with that. I think they did a wonderful job, and they made me laugh out loud more than a few times with both their costumes and just the lyrics of their songs in general. They are Italian, by the way, so, you know, since I am sharing details... Alright, well, I'm going to tell you right now, this works great on bosses. Not so great on mooks because of how Fading Petal works. But I still am liking the result. I just need to refine my approach a bit. And then the last band was Amaranth, which I also know quite a lot about Amaranth. Which, despite the fact that I just said that, I actually don't know where they're from. I want to say they're Swedish. You know what? Oh, my phone is way over there. Eh. I'll just look it up later if you guys remind me. Or it's very possible that someone may actually know where they're from here, and that would save me a little bit of trouble. But yeah, the show in and of itself was just fantastic. I had such a good time. It's been a while since my buddy and I have been able to afford to even go to a concert. And this one seemed like a good way to get back into the scene. And I will say, Minneapolis has quite the metal scene. Not gonna lie. Hello, Nocturne. I am going to give you my current version of Fading Petal. And then you're going to hopefully give me something that will work nicely against... Well, I'm thinking Zeal at the moment. Okay, so actually I am going to take that. Everything else here is kind of iffy, and I'm not sure how well it would actually work. But I am A-okay with what I got. And I do like the idea of Dragon Dive. I'll have to think about that one, though, because we have yet to find Anders, and he may very well have something that I want. But, moving forward. So... Beautiful. Okay, give me that, give me that. Alright, so 90%, that means there's probably one more combat room, and I would like to clear that room for a little bit of extra cash. It's not quite enough to afford Dragon Dive, but it's close. Alright, and yeah, I think I will just splurge on Dragon Dive. Woo! Alright, we'll just quick knock out the twins. Four, five, six. Okay, didn't work out quite as well as I would have liked there, but I was expecting their resistance to to my basics element to create issues. Okay, that was a mess of a room. The archers actually made that really unnecessarily difficult to start a combo. And it's really difficult to do combos when there's like 85 mages in a room, Jesus Christ. Okay, enough. Can we not have a room where there's like 758,000 backliners and like one person that actually approaches me? Oh, that's right. I need money to purchase relics, huh? Can I just put it on layaway? No, so that show, now that I can talk again, went until, God, it went up until like almost midnight. It was a long show. Then the next day, having just spent literally all night at a show the day before, we kind of just spent that time doing nothing. Like, I'm not even gonna lie about that. That was just a decompression day. But because my buddy and I actually had the same day off for the first time in a while, we just wanted to chill and just spend time just, you know, doing stuff with each other. Now, today, it's more or less business as usual, so here I am again. I hope you guys don't mind the idea that, you know, I have a life outside of video content. Like, I say that somewhat sarcastically, but also there are some people that probably think that when you're doing YouTube, that is just all of your time is spent doing that. And I want you to understand that even though I do enjoy doing this, that is not the only thing I spend my time doing. Like, I go to shows, I have hobbies, games that I play outside of this. Obviously, I talk about them. Alright, I see you there. I also see the oversized needle. I actually think it would be better just to go with the adorable mimic. Just because I don't know what other things I should be expecting. But it also won't be a very strong adorable mimic, if I'm being honest. I think there's one more combat room, and it's over in this direction. Yeah, I don't want that. Alright, so let's grab that and grab that. See, the things that I want to hold on to, we want to hold on to that and that. I can't drop that. We'll hold on to that. I'll get rid of that. Hold on to that. Actually, I suppose I can get rid of that since I've got the heavy travel jacket. There we go. Oh, and I can still take the oversized needle if I want. Alright, so real quick. So 45% plus the Dark Katana. Like, I don't... Like, I want to take it, but at the same time, I also am well aware that if I don't get another source of critical hit chance, it could end up being severely hamstringing my run. So let's at least wait and see if I can find another source of critical hit chance. Otherwise, I'll probably just end up taking nothing. Wow, they want to offer me that again, huh? Though I do wonder if maybe the cushion flip-flops would be a better option. Alright, so it might not be a good idea to take the oversized needle, as I'm worried that I won't find another source of critical hit chance and I'll just end up hamstringing my run. Because, yeah, the critical hit damage is increased by a lot. It really is. But if you don't, if you're not hitting a critical hit, it nerfs your damage by like 80%. So you have to really have some you have to have at least enough critical chance to mathematically offset that, and that requires quite a lot. And it doesn't need to be 100%, I assure you of that, but it does need to be enough that you're hitting critical hits at least about 55 to 60% of the time, and right now my critical hit chances aren't that high. Go away. So some of the other things that have been going on. So one of the things that I've been talking about is new games to play for the channel. And one thing that keeps coming to mind for me is that there are specific things that I'm looking for in roguelike games. But they are things that have existed in games that I've played previously. So that brings up the thought process. So to me, that brought up the thought process of let me go back and play some of my other games and see what I think. So I've been going back and playing One Step from Eden again. I recently picked up Rogue Legacy 2 again, and not only did I remember how much fun I had with that game, but it made me remember for a while I wanted to do content about Rogue Legacy 2, but I'm not entirely sure what sort of content I would want to make on that game. Or if perhaps it would be better to live stream that one. Which I've talked about live streaming before as well, and I just haven't been doing it because the real answer is I'm just kind of afraid of change. Like, I don't mind being honest with you guys about that, because that is kind of what's holding me back. But on that note, I should ask, is that a reasonable thing to be? Like, is there a reason for me to be afraid of change, or am I just, hamstringing myself just because of my nerves and my anxiety? This is Aqua Breaker? Not bad. I suppose I could take that as a backup if nothing else strikes my fancy on this floor. Alright, let's have a look. Alright, so we take that in order to make the Power Stone pack. Claws of Tomo is definitely a good buy, and then I can come back later for the Equester Cap. Perfect, I chose the absolute right path. You can't tell me otherwise. I also decided, partially because it launched on sale and partially because I want to give the game another chance, I decided to also get Risk of Rain Returns. So that's another thing that I could spend some time on. And like I said, I've been meaning to give Risk of Rain another try, because I think I completely missed the point of the game the first time I tried it. Oh, I would have to drop something to pick up the Equestr Cap at this point. Well, poo. Maybe I don't want to drop anything. But that does mean I should pick up... does mean I can pick up Aqua Breaker as kind of like a backup. Something to use more or less just for this floor. Here we go. Okay, yeah. Fire summoners, no fun. Okay, so that puts my critical hit rate at about 45 when I'm hitting with melee. Which at that point, I think with the Awe Robe, it would have been worth it, but I had no idea that I was going to run into Seville, so I had to play it a little bit safer. There's really nothing here that I want to give up what I currently have for. So yeah, I have actually got some pretty interesting content that I can do for the channel. But beyond that, I'm still also perfectly happy doing Wizard of Legend in 20 minutes till dawn. So it's not like I'm unhappy doing what I'm doing, I'm just trying to diversify and add more content to the channel. So hopefully you guys heard something there that you're interested in and want to see more of. And as per usual, I'm generally up for suggestions. Like I know I still have a few suggestions, and I am going to be getting back to those, make no mistake. Nope, don't need that. Ha! Thunderline doing exactly what it's supposed to do, and I love it. And there we go. Alright, not bad. That was not smart of me. Okay, all the time spent having to try to dodge these little spherical butt fuckers is really throwing me off. And there we go. And just like that, we've got a second version of the Ultra Combo setup. I actually really like how this plays, and even though it's not quite as all-encompassing... encompassing? Dark Sage, that's not even a word! I know that! But just because it's not as all-encompassing as Aqua Vortex doesn't mean that Fading Petal didn't create a very interesting kind of, like, pull-in-and-strike playstyle. And obviously it can work with more than just Spark Contact, but I wanted to use that because that's one of the melee basics that I particularly trust. It was either that or Bladed Vine. I thought that Spark Contact would be more fun for this one. Now, there is a version of it that I can think of that would work with Bolt Rail really well, but at that point, it wouldn't really be a very strong critical build because the only thing that's taking advantage of Dark Katana at that point would be Shearing Chain. But I just wanted to let you know that I have been thinking about this one. So, yeah, by all means, let me know if you're interested in Risk of Rain Returns. I've also been looking into Spells and Secrets and Cuisinier. Both of those games look to be a lot of fun. Probably leaning a little bit more into Spells and Secrets. I think that's the name of it anyway. And one more that I found that I caught wind of that's in early access right now but looks really interesting is called Magic Craft, all one word. And I'll probably put up a link to that in my Discord, so by all means, come by there and check that out. I really want you guys to have a look at what I'm interested in and have a say in what happens on the channel. But I'm rambling at this point, so at the moment, all I'll say is thank you guys very much for watching and continuing to support my channel. I really do appreciate you spending your free time here with me today. I hope you're having a wonderful, fantastic day or night wherever you may happen to be, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and you take care, everybody.